It's ha story time with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hello and welcome to Ha Ha Storytime. You know, Tails, that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are disappointing.
Yeah.
Art sucks.
Yeah.
Work sucks.
I know.
Eggman really sucks.
I almost feel like hanging out with Eggman lately.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. This is Tails, the band leader. And I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on. That's fucking bullshit. Okay. So the show is people compete for my affection. There's no real rules here. You all know how this goes. Let's have some fun. But Tails, can I ask you a question?
I guess.
How are you feeling today?
Everything sucks when you're a hog. Ain't no fucking ha-has. The world is a ticking time bomb. Feeling so chafed. Wish I had a little lip balm. I hope no one even claps at all. 'Cause everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. I look up at the sky and I groan.
That describes me today perfectly. So since we're here and everyone's having a grand old time, let's have the birthday person, Susan Snyder, come up to the stage. Watch out for that camera, though. What? Do your thingy.
Oh,
I have a question for you.
okay.
How do you feel about Waymo?
Oh, I took my first. I took my first Waymo like a month ago, and I loved it. Sorry, I do. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, personally, I think there should be Waymo.
Oh, Waymo.
Okay, you're going to read a story.
All right.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Susan Snyder, and I write things, and that was a lot.
Large crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
You're really popular.
But it is, in fact, my birthday, so
Yay.
hi. Thanks.
Happy.
I'm 52.
52?
No.
Yeah. Having a hot flash right now. So, all right. Am I ready? Am I going?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah?
For sure.
Okay, there's a trend on social media right now where everyone is hating on Disney adults. I am a Disney adult. Yes, shut the fuck up. It's a grown-ass person who is obsessed with Disney theme parks, not just movies, IP, cartoons, theme parks, which does really encompass all those things plus plastic cheese and wallets so empty and drained that tumbleweeds blow through like it's Death Valley. Or maybe you have cash left because you agreed to a 39% APR financing deal with a firm. So in this case, the tumbleweed shall still tumble, but in 24 equal monthly installments. And the 24 months intersect with the next affirmed payment plan initiated to pay for the next annual or biannual Disney World vacation. So now you have multiple monthly payments consisting of mostly interest, riding each other with the enthusiasm of cowboys at a prison rodeo, seeing a naked June bride coming through on horseback. Holy shit. Sorry, that was a lot. Okay, thanks. Thanks for listening.
Is that a hot flash?
Whew, no, it's just a lot going on. Okay, but those vacations are non-negotiable necessities of a life. for a Disney adult. I mean, how else would I acquire exclusive park-only merch and collectibles? Once I flew to Orlando to wait in line for 6 hours for the Figment popcorn bucket. Oh, and Figment? That's a purple dinosaur, not that purple dinosaur, a Disney purple dinosaur. Figment is featured on an Epcot ride about imagination that's designed for anyone but a 52-year-old accountant with a terrible credit score. 6 hours was totally worth it to be able to say I got one of these collector's items, and obviously I'm not the only one since the line was 6 fucking hours long. Although most of those adults were busy buying them to sell online to Disney adults at 5 times the cost. And there wouldn't be a marketplace for that if Disney adults wouldn't pay 5 times the cost. I'm starting to get it. But idiots, them all, because I saved a bunch by flying all the way to Orlando, staying at a moderately priced Disney resort at $300 a night, and putting in the effort in line to get it at the original cost of only $55. So suck it. And then I can go home and store it in my closet at home with 25 pairs of mini ears, a non-functional lightsaber, 10 heavy Mickey Mouse sweatshirts for frigid Central Texas temperatures that last approximately 3 days annually, and 12 other exclusive popcorn buckets. So, it's mostly about the nostalgia. That magical feeling of having the freedom to be a kid again, free from judgment except from people who hate Disney adults, but other than that, totally no judgment. It's about wiping tears from your eyes when you see Cinderella's castle for the first time looming over Main Street, USA like Kilimanjaro over the Serengeti, except for the screaming, spoiled children and the plops of melted $20 ice cream scoops that can't hold the cone, much like I couldn't hold on to my childhood trauma that hits me like a salty tsunami released by a 9 on the Richter scale earthquake of abandonment daddy issues off the coast of mom who can't express love for her only child. Woo, wowza. Sorry about that, you guys. Whew, where was I? Oh, yeah, whimsical magic, right? And the wave of emotion that hits you when you meet your favorite character. In my case, it's Pluto. One time, it was a rainy morning at the Magic Kingdom. There he was. I ran right over, my arms open and ready to embrace this iconic dog, the dog of the big boss himself, Mickey Mouse. Tears were welling up when a cast member reminded me that the line to meet Pluto started back there, where another cast member held a sign stating estimated wait time of 45 minutes. Yet this gave me ample opportunity to observe others meeting this canine rock star with their own tears, joyful smiles, and $189 per day photo passes. I even grew more excited as Pluto held the line up for an extra 20 minutes while he had to leave on a piss break. And this Disney legend turned to go backstage. The zipper on his back glistened like the evening fireworks over the castle. Oh yeah, I realized like he's not really Pluto, and like Pluto doesn't really exist, and it's a cartoon character, and like it's probably a gay man, judging by that amazing swirl he did to exit. It was like chef's kiss. And he probably hates his job as much as I hate my bank account, but folks, when he sachets back to his greeting spot and it's finally my turn, I squeal with excitement, shed a couple tears, and run into his fuzzy arms, most likely spritzed with the germs of 1,000 unwashed faces, who have also been waiting in an hour-long queue, sweating in the Florida heat and humidity like a member of MAGA who tripped over a discarded and unused Melania ticket and landed in the middle of a Minnesota protest. Good gravy. Sorry about that again. Wowza. I'm just going off the point. Okay, the point of all this is that we Disney adults shouldn't be shamed for loving these kingdoms of wonder and wishes, places where dreams really do come true. And much like a kid, I sit and cry in the middle of a crowded bottleneck of people, making a nuisance of myself, waving my cell phone around like a maniac, a firm app open. It's glowing in the darkening evening like a glittery bubble of a fairy godmother, screaming to bystanders about how I have no idea how to pay for $400 in barebacking slutty installment payments every month and still be able to afford more to pay for my next trip to the most magical place on earth. And I have to go because they're dropping a Haunted Mansion popcorn bucket on May 26th, and I cannot afford to pay $500 for that online. I'm a Disney adult, not a moron.
There was a darkness to that.
How
I don't know
many
what you're
affirm
talking
loans?
about.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How many
Give it up for
affirm-
Susan Snyder, everybody. Hold on. What? Tails is talking.
I just wanted to know how many affirm loans everyone has. If it's more than 12, raise your hand. Affirm loans.
I still have no fucking idea what he said.
You and I are on a next level when it comes to our finances. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. Okay.
All right, everybody. This is a very special night because tonight we have a haha Storytime virgin, Joey Z. And can you hit the applause button, Tails?
This is fun. I haven't been to Radio South in a second. How's everybody doing? I feel
Hey,
ya.
can you ask that question one more time?
How about those Epstein files, huh?
Whoa. Whoa. So let me ask you something about Hole in the Wall.
Hole in the Wall.
Yeah,
I was there.
What what happened at Hole in the Wall?
What happened at Hole in the Wall? In January, I had a residency there every Monday. I performed every Monday. Oh, I think you're asking, the last Monday of the month, I do this, but I also do like a surreal mime clown thing. It's very fun, very good, but on that specific day, it froze, UT canceled classes, Hole in the Wall was the only bar open on the drag, and Uber and Lyft shut down. So there was like, this bar was crammed with like 100, 200, 20-year-old UT kids. And they were not ready for the mime, the clown. They got weirded out, man. I implore you, my name's Joey Z. I implore you to go to, hi guys. I implore you to go, because I won't say what it is, because it's quite foul. But I captured a good audio chunk, and I snipped it up with my favorite heckles that people yelled at the mime and clown as I was performing, and they were quite vulgar, quite things you wouldn't expect a 20-year-old to maybe yell at a climb mountain. I will say at the end of it, a bunch of them called me satanic. They said it was satanic. Yeah, it was that's no higher compliment, man. And then the other day, I posted about it. Jen Lynch, David Lynch's daughter, followed me on TikTok about it. She was like, so hey, I'll be performing that piece next March 5th inside at the Mohawk for Rusty Santos. Rusty Santos has mixed and produced albums for like Panda Bear, Person Pitch, and Sung Tongs by Animal Collective, Dirty Projectors, Born Your Ruffians, some stuff for Beach House. That'll be a really sick show. So if you want to see a weird mime show and then see Rusty Santos do like a weird psychedelic acoustic thing, March 5th at the Mohawk. That'll be fun. Thanks for bringing that up, Sonic. Thank you. Yeah,
of
that was
course.
wild. That was crazy. I was not expected to get called satanic by 20-year-olds.
Well,
like,
you might get called satanic by some 40 to 52-year-olds.
That's what I expected. I was like, one was saying it at me, and I looked at someone next to him. I was like, is this your friend? And he was like, yeah, it's my friend. Why? And I was like, oh, he's backing him up. I was like, I was so caught off guard by the whole thing. It was, but isn't it not like, some people who are religious are not all like that, but sometimes the Catholics seem to be the most aggressive for some reason when they're approached by something they don't understand, like a mime clown routine. For some reason, yeah.
All right, what you got tonight?
What was I gonna do today? It changes all the time. Well, I was gonna do a little story. I'm originally from Nebraska. That's where I'm from. I've been here about 15 years now. I've been here about 15 years. I'm from this really strict Catholic environment in Nebraska. Really weird, little strict Catholic environment. I still got some Bible passages memorized. Does anyone else here grow up Catholic and I'll have some of them? Yeah, it's weird when they slip in, isn't it? in back there. It does not go away. No. The other day I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was sewing a button onto her dress, and I stopped, and I just looked at her, and I was like, hey, do you know it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God? And she was like, what? We weren't talking about anything. She didn't grow up religious at all either, so she has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. She's like, what did you say? Like, are you sick? You have COVID? You're speaking in tongues. She put her hand on my forehead. And I did it later again that night, too. We were going to bed, and she was like, hey, I'm tired, but I'm still, like, a little horny. And I was like, ooh, give me your weak and weary and heavy laden, and I shall give you rest. Yeah, and then she was like, I'm not horny anymore. I'm not. Joey go layeth on the couch, chapter 1, verse 1. There's a little Catholic guilt story before a song. My favorite show growing up was South Park. Love South Park, favorite show to watch growing up. But Catholic upbringing, my parents, that's like their least favorite show, for their 14, 13-year-old boy to be watching a South Park. So my parents, they like channel locked all the TVs in the house. Yeah, But one day I was like, I'm 14 years old. I got all the time in the world. One day when they go to bed, I'm just going to go down there with chip soda and just blast through this whole remote until I get the code, It's like, I got all the time in the world, I'm 14 years old, I got nothing. So one day, they went to bed, and I was like, all right, now's my chance. I went down there with some chips, with some soda, and I sat it down. I go, here we go. It's just 4 digits. So I did 0, 0, 0, 0. Damn, no. 0, 0, 0, 1. Fuck, I'm in. Second try. Second try. They didn't think I'd do 0, 0, 0, 1. How dumb do they think I am? 0, 0, 0, 5. I'm in the Pentagon from my basement. How am I doing it, man? But my mom, she still knew I was watching South Park if she just turned the TV back on in the morning. It was left on channel 60, whatever, and the volume was real low. She was like, oh, he figured it out. He's been watching South Park this whole time. Around this time, my grandma had cancer. She was going through chemo. And my mom told me that God was giving grandma cancer. Some people are putting it together. Yes, because I've been watching. Yes, because I've been watching South Park. Yeah, put it again. It's JD, hey, my friend. Hey, what's going on? Yes, because I've been watching South Park. That's why. I was just discussing the sheep thing. He was there. Wasn't it funny? So yeah, that's how I just lived growing up. I was like, just do what God wants, or it's on site with that guy. He does not give a shit. He's slinging cancer at anyone. He doesn't give a care. He doesn't care who. But yeah, it's messed up. Messed up way to live your life. But you want to know what's even more messed up is I stopped watching South Park, and then she got better. I was like, whoa! Am I like a prophet or something? This is crazy. But yeah, here's a quick little song about going to a field trip in my Catholic school. Sixth grade on the bus, grinning from ear to ear. Always heard so much about it, and now the time is here. No, we're not going to the museum. No, we're not having a picnic. We're going to protest at the abortion clinic. True story. When we got there, they had a fence. It was 5 feet above my head. I held my handmade sign and thought this must be what God wanted. And all my peers screamed and shout their words I dare not mimic. Learned a lot that day in 6th grade, protesting outside the abortion clinic. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, holy shit. What a formidable experience this sure is. I hope I'm not here long. I think this is wrong. To be down with this, you gotta be a cynic. Learned a lot that day in 6th grade, protesting outside the abortion clinic. Driving back on the bus, all the kids laughed and played. I sat in a numb silence, wonder why I felt this way. My friend Jacob's face matched mine. He saw through the gimmick. 2 out of 60's not so bad, protesting outside the abortion clinic. Hey, that's all I'm going to do today. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for story time. Tonic
Thank
and
you,
Tail.
thank you,
This was
thank
fun.
you.
This was fun.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. At the end of the show, we pick a winner, so you gotta stick around for that. But thank you. That's March 5th, right? Mohawk.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Hey, Tails, you want to do a song
Right after a song?
after the next person?
After the next person.
Yeah. Let's see.
I feel like I'm not hungry yet, but then after that I
yeah,
will be.
for sure. Okay. There was a darkness to that act.
There was.
Let's get some poetry up in here. That is Taylor Fox reading poetry.
Hello.
Taylor, how do you do?
I'm good. There's no darkness.
There's no darkness from you
Nope.
yet.
Hell yeah.
Never.
All right. Well,
I'm
then,
not even going to boo it.
Happy Candyland, go ahead and start your poems.
Okay, well, I need to give context because these aren't my poems. So back in the day, I used to do haiku parties, and I would invite people to my house, and we would drink tea and write haiku going round robin, where each person would write a haiku in response to what they just got handed. And I happened to find some old ones that I thought were pretty good, so I was going to read those.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah. No, they're good. Well, you'll see what happens. Okay. So here's one. Slippy, slippy, come.
I think I know who wrote that one.
Right up Andrew's alley.
Okay, that's how it starts. Slippy, slippy, come. Memes in the book boys chat. Plans will change. Oh, that was actually Zach wrote that one. Okay. As seasons change, what's new becomes old, withers away. That was me. Like a ball sack when empty. Like my weekends, 'cause summer book boys. Empty like the void of space, like the space on the walls, cured only by 75% off at Michael's. That sweet, sweet sail, oh, how it distracts you from now, gets you to tomorrow. Strolling through the aisles, flowers as fake as my love, silk yet withering. What was once slippy is dried and crumpled in my Kleenex. So that was one.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful minds.
Here's another one. I started off this one, and you'll see what happened to it. Okay. Summer sunset, eyelash in my eye, still beautiful. Can't see the haters. I look only at the good. Big, thick summertime. Big, thick Amazon Prime. Secure your order in a nearby locker. Delivered in a van for $12 an hour. Cheap products for home. At the push of a button. At what true cost, though? Underpaid child labor. Oh, this is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. I like opening boxes, knowing that some 18-year-old wore diapers while packing it. I don't know who wrote that. Okay. There is no way out. Poop fills the pants. Eyelashes. The eye, Jeff Bezos. Summer sunset, corrupt billionaires, still beautiful. So that was another one.
Strong. Really strong.
So the person who starts it also finishes it, so you get a chance to try to tie it all up. Yeah, at the end. Okay, this is my last one. I don't know who started this one. Oppressive heat. Oh, I think it was you because there's a drawing on the back that's clearly by Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oppressive heat. The pussy willows bloom, moist and drippy.
Yeah, that was Andrew Hilbert.
Yeah, that was Andrew. That is gross. I like sausages, really big. Summer sausage. My teeth cut through crisp skin. Like me and the sun, rub a salve across my back. Don't you look down there. Eyes to the sky, hands twice as high. It's in a book. Have you ever thought what a sausage resembles? Have you ever thought what a sausage resembles? Freud seemed to like that. This is really funny to me. I don't care if anyone else laughs. Okay. I pull out my dong, a meaty, thick schlong, a delicious snack. The pussy willows taste like fish sauce, not sausage. That was my last one. I want to say one more time, I did not write these. Okay.
You wrote some of them.
You wrote part
Some
of
of
each
them.
one. Yeah. There was some darkness to that. How do you feel, Tails?
What does a sausage resemble?
A hot dog.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Speaking of food-related things, I feel hungry. Have you guys ever had a Frito pie? Do you guys remember the Frito pie song? No. Not you.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Come up here. Very
Okay.
appropriate for children to be at this show. You got to start it off a little bit.
Okay. So I'm going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go
Frito pie for lunch.
Okay, ready?
Here we go.
Oh, let's just start. Ready?
Right. Frito pie for lunch, but first for breakfast. Frito pie for dinner and a midnight snack.
That's an original Andrew Hilbert song.
Hey, hold on. Time out. You didn't sing it at all.
And now you've all heard it, so let's go again. Ready? And
Frito pie for lunch, but first for breakfast. Frito pie for dinner and a midnight snack. All right. All right.
Thank you. That was words and melody by Andrew Hilbert and music by Tails.
Huh? Hold on. We're going to do something a little weird here. Princess Peach wants to tell a joke.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To lay its eggs.
Oh my God.
Do you have anything for sale, Princess Peach? That was brilliant. Oh, you got a joke? Hold on, here we go. Let's
Do
go,
a
Jokey
dance,
boy.
Jesse.
Why did the real dinosaur lay an egg for its baby?
Why?
The poop on them.
Hey.
That's why I did it. Okay. Now we have J.M. Stryker to the stage.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am here. I am good.
I don't like the way that sounded. There was a darkness to that.
There's no darkness in this, though. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's darkness free.
Okay. Well, let's just Tails, you got anything to say?
Nope.
Let's give a round of applause.
All right. To know darkness.
Amen.
All right. Hey, whoa. Okay.
All right. I have a deep, visceral, personal hatred of Mozart. If the guy hadn't died in 1791, I would kill him. One day, I dream of finding the exact spot of his unmarked grave and spitting on it. Maybe it's odd to have a personal vendetta against a guy who died 235 years ago and who wouldn't have known who I was anyway, but somehow he managed to create an enemy across time and space. I don't even have a good reason. It's super petty. You see, I never had so much trouble learning a piano concerto as I did learning a Mozart piano concerto. Tears were shed on multiple occasions, and not all the tears were mine. And Schubert may have hated violas, but Mozart hated opera singers and second violins. It's hard enough to be a second violinist, always the bridesmaid and never the bride. But most composers throw the second violins, the melody line every once in a while as a treat. Not Mozart. What did he give us? Eighth notes. 5 or 6 minutes of eighth notes. For 5 or 6 whole minutes. The most boring piece of music I've ever played. So, that's part of it. Mozart wrote both the most frustrating and the most sleep-inducing pieces I ever had the misfortune of playing in my brief musical career. The other part of it is that his sister was just as good or better a musician than he, but she was forced to abandon her career because she was a woman. The joys of sexism, eh? Just think, if they had been born in the late 20th century, Nannerl Mozart would be the most famous one, and Wolfgang could just be her wastrel brother who likes butt stuff. But anyway, there I was, thinking I was going to have to spend the rest of my life hating a dead guy with no outlet for that aggression at all, when I come to find out Mozart and his wife had 2 children that lived to adulthood. Now, if those children had children and so on and so forth, that means that Mozart, Wolfgang asshole Mozart, could possibly have living descendants today. Picture it, Vienna, 2030. A mild-mannered accountant who happens to be a descendant of Mozart spots a crazy American lady with a violin case strapped to her back, barreling down the sidewalk towards him. "Hey," she yells in perfect Viennese German, "are you a descendant of Mozart?" "Yes," he sighs. "Aha! I challenge you to a musical duel for your ancestors' honor," she says. "Fine, let's get this over with," he replies. "Third one this week," he mutters to himself as he unfolds his pocket harpsichord and sets it up right there in the street. The woman tunes her violin as a crowd gathers to watch. Money exchanges hands. They begin by trading solos, each cadenza a game of one-upmanship. No clear victor emerges. Spectators renegotiate the odds and money changes hands again. The dueling pair move on to duets, then concertos, moving through Mozart's repertoire as the sun slowly sinks below the horizon. The crowd has dispersed, tired and disgruntled. No one's made any money today. A grudging respect has grown between these opponents. It's clear no winner has emerged. Breathless and exhausted, the musicians declare the contest a draw. Wow, the man says, I think I met my match. I know you have, the woman replies, but probably not for the reason you think. Oh, really, he says. Well, it was an inevitability because I know something that you don't. Mozart's sons both died childless. Amadeus's line ended after a single generation, so this whole scenario is nothing but a fantastical outlet for my personal vendetta against a guy who fertilized the earth centuries before I had the physical coordination to play an instrument. Granted, this is a much healthier outlet than, say, visiting the Mozart Memorial in Vienna and desecrating it with spray-painted penises, allegedly. And the cameras didn't catch anyone's face since the culprit was wearing a mask. Besides, maybe whoever did it, definitely not me, was a fan. Penis art seems like exactly the type of thing he would have probably liked. And billions of people can read and write in English. Any one of them could have written, "Roast in hell, you asshole," across the placard. I can't be the only one with a personal hatred of Mozart that's deep enough to travel all the way to Vienna with a disguise and several cans of spray paint. What I mean to say is, I'm innocent, and the charges against me are unjust and false, but my time here in the I Hate the 1790s support group has been valuable. We've bonded over our collective loathing of classical composers, King Louis XVI, the Fugitive Slave Act, and Catherine the Great. I enjoyed spending tedious hours dissecting French Revolutionary military strategies just as much as you loved hearing my lengthy rants about how the magic flute is way too catchy for an opera. But now my time in counseling is done, and I'm out. And I still hate Mozart. I'd say screw that guy, but he'd probably enjoyed it too much.
Give it up for J.M. Stryker, many-time champion, many-time competitor. Let's come to this, Tails. Hold on.
What?
There was a darkness to that story.
I found it pretty cheerful, frankly.
Yeah, I found it quite dark.
It was like a waltz.
Yeah.
Have you seen Amadeus? Anyone seen Amadeus?
You know,
Someone want to try that little laugh he does?
well, yeah,
There you go. That was it.
if Andrew Hilbert was here, he'd lie and say he did,
I bet.
and then let the other person talk about their favorite parts.
But you know how I feel about Andrew Hilbert?
You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to do this show again. But right now we have Ryan C. Bradley coming to the stage,
All right.
author of Say Uncle, Bad Connections, and various other things. Don't look at me like that. Dumb bullshit for brilliant idiots. And then Saints Blood.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Is there a darkness to the story?
Yeah.
Great.
There's mostly, there's not much else.
Great. I'm happy to hear it. In a dark way.
There's a war against Valentine's Day. Brothers and sisters, I am here to tell you that there is a war against Valentine's Day. Battle lines are being drawn, trenches are being dug. Just yesterday in CVS, I heard a teenager saying that our innocent celebration of love was created by Hallmark, not a reason to be sad if you're single. I couldn't let that stand. I confronted her and she told me, "Stop eavesdropping, you creepy old fuck." I turned to my wife, sweet Mathilde, and said, "Did you hear that?" And all she said was, "Rob, you're making a scene." See the hostility we're met with at the simplest of celebrations? Why must these love haters challenge the sanctity of love? See how we're persecuted? 800 years ago, St. Valentine gave everything for love. Claudius Gothica, that's a real name, hated romance. His reign as Emperor of Rome only lasted for 2 years. That's less than a city selectman, yet still he martyred our sweet saint. Things haven't changed. The love haters would decapitate you in the street if given half the chance. Walk through any college campus in February and you might find your head separated from your neck. I walked to the campus myself upon hearing reports of a certain professor teaching that St. Valentine was a Christianization of Cupid, as if the very students he was lecturing wouldn't draw and sextuple that sweet little baby in his wings. At the door of the building, armed men turned me away. Campus security, they called themselves. No one allowed entry without a school ID, they said. Another barefaced discrimination from the love haters. When I tried to debate the issue, something that should absolutely be allowed at an institution of higher learning, a crowd of love haters gathered. I shouted, Dr. Helsing is a love hater. His lies about Valentine and Cupid will not go unanswered. The security guard told me, you can't be doing that here. I told him that all I wanted was my chance to address Dr. Helsing's class, to offer them a fair and balanced account of the true meaning of Valentine's Day. He said, go home, boss. Don't make me do paperwork today. I have read the Constitution, and I know my rights, and I told that security guard so. And then I turned to the students who gathered and yelled, Helsing is a love hater. His aggression will not go unanswered. One yelled back, can you stop blocking the door? Chant it with me. Helsing is a love hater, I began, and then I faced what is tantamount to a physical assault. No one joined me. Their acts of war with no end to their brutality. The mustard gas deployed in World War I that choked the life from men, women, and children. The atom bomb dropped in World War II that blighted the earth it scorched for decades. Yet those acts pale in the face of those love haters not joining my chant. I knew when I started this movement I'd face adversity. I knew that I was taking a risk emptying my daughter's college fund to sponsor my advertising campaign. But I could have never predicted the act of violence that awaited me when I got home. I'd believed that being bayoneted in the gut and led to bleed out as bullets whizzed overhead would be the most pain a man could face. Yet instead of the hero's welcome I deserved, I found out that my own sweet Mathilde, my own wife, had joined the side of the love haters. A note sat on the table, and all it said was, Rob, I can't do this anymore. I know about the college fund. Valentine's isn't that big of a deal. I stopped reading, threw out the letter right then. Mathilde was selfish to leave me as a sad single on Valentine's Day after the war I'd fought for both of us, for all of us. How could my beloved become a love hater? That's why I've locked myself in this radio, coffee, and beer with a hand grenade. When I pull this pin, I will become the latest casualty in the war on Valentine's Day. My message to you in the audience and listening at home, avenge me. Destroy the love haters. Win the war on Valentine's Day. Thank you.
Ryan, you have books for sale. They just come up to you and give you money.
Yeah, you give me money and you get a book. And my kid goes to college maybe, if we give enough money.
Carl wants a book. I can see it in his eyes.
Come get a book, Carl. Come on.
All right, give it up for Ryan C. Bradley.
Thank you.
Now, to annoy the competitors one last time, please come up to the stage so we can,
All
know.
sing I'm Just an Eel together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Come on up. We're going to do it once, and then you'll know it like by heart.
A little kumbaya.
All right.
Thanks, everyone, for coming. Remember to tip your bartenders, tip your baristas, tip everybody here. Buy a book from Ryan. And here we go.
Okay. Ready?
I'm just an eel, unfulfilled and wet. I'm just an eel, slowly getting fat. I'm just an eel, unfulfilled and wet. Oh, it's hard to be a virgin eel. That was great.
Good.
Good. All right. Did you like Taylor's very dark poetry? Woo! Did you like Ryan's bouncy and joyous Valentine's Day thing? J.M. Stryker's War Against Mozart. Woo! Susan Snyder and Disney weirdness. Joey Z and protesting outside of an abortion clinic. I think the night belongs to Joey Z. First time competitor. First time.
Congrats.
Here's the great thing. Yeah, there is absolutely no prize. There's no prize. I hope you enjoyed your drink tickets. The
It's
friends we made
honor.
along the way. There we go. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you for singing with me. I do have a few announcements to make. You can leave. You can leave.
Go.
If you want Girl Scout cookies, the Girl Scout cartel has told me we can't sit here and sell Girl Scout cookies, Princess Peach, but you can approach Princess Peach for Girl Scout cookies. Just telling you that. The next Haha Storytime, it's always the second Tuesdays of every month. The next Haha Storytime, though, is on March 10th. Now, if you put March 10th and you shorten it to M-A-R, 10, that spells my frenemy, Mario.
Boo.
I'm going to take this opportunity to survive my depression and my darkness. I'm going to have Mario host the next Haha Storytime. It's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. But I hope to see you there.
I've heard Luigi's going to be there too.
Luigi might be there. And we have to tell him. Guns are not allowed inside bars in this great state of Texas.
Oh, boy. All right. We'll see.
Couple people might end up dead, though.
Hey.
Thank you for coming to Haha Storytime. We will see you in March with Mario and Luigi. Girl Scout cookies over there.
Look into Affirm, everybody. You can get health care through Affirm now. That's the new thing.
Affirm.
Yeah,
TM.
you guys look into it.